great session, and I think all the farmers can high-five each other that their work and the work of the Farm Bureau accomplished what we needed to do this year. Great year.
Farm Bureau's grassroots efforts during the second session of the 108th Tennessee General Assembly once again paved the way for another successful year for our members and Tennessee agriculture.
Obviously, we started the session with what we called our high five, and we were successful in all 5 of those. One of them we were actually able to accomplish through working with the administration, and they agreed on the sales tax exemption from UAVs or drones. So UAVs and drones will be sales tax exempt when purchased by a farmer in the same way that a tractor or combine would be sales tax exempt. But one of the huge accomplishments by the UAV bill is that it also lays out very clearly that farmers will have the right to use UAVs or drones, as they're commonly referred to in Tennessee, for agricultural purposes.
It was a piece of legislation that I was really humbled that Farm Bureau would trust me with, because it's going to be a really good piece of legislation for landowners in Tennessee. It protects our privacy.
In addition to the high five issues, landmark legislation was approved by both houses and signed into law that abolishes annexation by ordinance. Senator Bo Watson and Representative Mike Carter were sponsors of what now gives our state some of the strongest property rights laws in the country.
The beauty of the bill to me is that farmers have an absolute veto right against annexation. They must consent to be included in the referendum. I think finally we've returned property rights to where they were stolen from, and I think to me it's incredibly significant that Tennesseans now have the right to vote on what happens to their property. And here's what all I want all my farmers to know, and all those people that belong to Farm Bureau, because you've got a lot of people that don't own farms. I want them to understand that the process works only when they work.
And our grassroots Farm Bureau members and private property owners across the state did work to get this bill passed, going up against some of the most powerful interest groups in Tennessee.
The other side had the Tennessee Municipal League, known as the most powerful lobby in Nashville. They had so many lobbyists you couldn't count them all. There's no telling how many millions of dollars was spent to defeat this bill. And what prevailed? The average man and woman on the street in Ooltewah and Gray, Tennessee, and just every little town in Tennessee. I think it's a real milestone in the state of Tennessee, and I hope that we can use this coalition that's formed to do other things, to protect personal property rights and to ensure our freedom.
Welcome my great friends from the Fayette County Farm Bureau.
And it's encouraging that so many lawmakers stood up for our farm and rural people on this issue and many more during the session. And in this political season, perhaps it's appropriate that Farm Bureau members look for other ways to show their support of those elected officials that support Farm Bureau issues.
My representative is chairman of the House Ag Committee, and he had a fundraiser in Nashville, and of course we were busy on the farm, and but I couldn't make it there. But I sent my donation through our Farm Bureau delegation that would needed to attend the meeting, and our Tennessee Farm Bureau does not have political wherewithal to make the contributions they need to make to these candidates. But by sending my contribution through our Farm Bureau representatives, felt like I was maybe getting a little bigger bang for my buck.
I appreciate Stephen and Radonna for what they do, Jason Lucky for what he has done, and other farmers which will do the same thing. If it's nothing but put up a sign, that's very, very beneficial to me, and I try to return that favor to them as best I can when I'm in Nashville.
Another way of showing our support is by hosting a barn event for those lawmakers. The barn program maximizes the impact of the ag community and helps to build an even stronger relationship with those lawmakers that support ag issues.
This gives a way for the County Farm Bureau to meet their legislators and support them in a manner that's more common today, and that being financially. Not everybody maybe has to do that, but it's just another way to meet those legislators and show how important agriculture is in their district.
We hosted a barn event here in Tipping County for our new Representative Deborah Moody, and and I think it went really well. We're blessed here in this county. We had a great board, Farm Bureau women, wife and R, the agents and the agency staff. I mean, we all pitch in whatever event we're trying to pull off, and the barn event was no different. We wanted to host this for Deborah just to show her our support and to tell her thank you for all she's done for ag and the ag issues that have been before her.
A way for us to show our appreciation for Miss Deborah. She's been really a big supporter for the farmers in Tipton County, and she's been very receptive to concerns we have and the things that we've brought to her. She's always been good to listen to, and we want to show our support for that.
I was, of course, really excited when they reached out to me and wanted to do this for me. And it's just really important that as a legislature and someone representing their community, when you have that group offer that to do that for you, it's an encouragement, and but it just solidifies your relationship with them. They, at first, when they reached out to me, they said, well, it's just, you know, like I think it was August, it's a very busy time. So they said, well, we'll keep it low key. And I remember I walked in that night and the Farm Bureau women had taken over, and it was the most beautifully decorated table. The food was fantastic. So it just exceeded any expectations I might have had. And of course the outpouring of support and encouragement was just tremendous. And it was a great experience. And I hope other legislators get to experience that too. It was a good event.
I felt like it made a huge difference in making a relationship even better. I mean, we all knew Deborah, but this made a closer relationship, a stronger relationship. We'll host more barn events in the future. That's how impressed we were how this one went.
And in the district I'm privileged to represent, the members of the Farm Bureau are stay in touch with us. We may have a biscuit and gravy breakfast in Blount County and Sevier County. They let us know what's on their minds, and that's very valuable to us as we come to Nashville and consider new legislation.
My relationship with the Farm Bureau has been excellent. We have excellent people in my district working at Farm Bureau, and the people that represent the Farm Bureau on the Hill are second to none.
You know, my relationship with the Farm Bureau is vitally important to me. I lean on you guys heavily to make sure I understand where y'all are at and what y'all are doing and why you believe on bills. Often if a bill comes up and I hear that Farm Bureau has an angle on it or has a worry about it, I'm going to call Stephan or Radon and say, hey, tell me what's going on with this, and I'll listen to them. Or I'll talk to my local farm people at home. Y'all mean a lot to us, and it mean a lot to the legislature.
I think we need to change the mentality of a lot of folks in the ag community and make them aware of the fact that an investment in good policy makers is just as important as a new piece of equipment. It's just as important as a good piece of real estate to farm. It's just as important as a new barn or whatever the case may be. These are investments in the industry that we can't assume will be there for our kids and for our grandkids if we don't protect it now.